Hey, I'm Bob Ryan. This is Globe 10.0. With me today is Chad Vinn. Well, the Red Sox are rolling along singing a song 41-18 since that 2-10 start. Wow. Question is, though, they've lost 3 guys in 3 days to the DL. We've got Lowry on the DL, put Carl Crawford on the DL, and now Clay Buchholz goes on the DL. How severe a problem is this, Chad?
Well, the tide on this needs to be stemmed, but they're fortunate that it's really nothing significant. Buchholz, it seems like they did it almost against his will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
With Crawford, it sounds like 2 weeks. And with Lowry, this is for the people who said, well, we got Lowry, let's trade Scudero. Scudero is a great insurance policy. They have him in there, and it's sad to see Lowry hurt again. He's turning into Tim Naring, but
yeah, he really
they
is.
do have a good fill-in.
It is. And this time he can start swinging a bat. I mean, I love this kid, but I mean, come on, swinging a bat.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it comes down to whether the substitutes can do some jobs. Whether Darnell McDonald, who's back, can if he approximates last year, that helps.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Reddick, like the looks of Reddick. Nice stroke up the shot up the gap on Sunday.
Quick bat.
Yep. And meanwhile in the pitching, there's always Wake. I mean, Wake is right back in like. Every year, it's the same old thing with Wake. He's back, Here's what I like about it. Here's why I think they can survive in a short run, Chad. The schedule, okay, is not that taxing. On the road, they're coming up after they get through this week with San Diego. At Pittsburgh, at Philly, all right, we circled at Philly. So you win 1 out of 3 in Philly. At Houston, you got to figure you feel good there. When they come home, Toronto, 4 with Baltimore heading into the break. That's not exactly a killer schedule. I think they can survive.
Well, if you're going to have some bumps and bruises, it's the time to do it is with a run like that. Now, when you've got New York and then, any of the other contenders in the AL, whether you're going up to Toronto or whoever it happens to be, the teams that give them a hard time usually. So
they do give them a hard time. But then again, I mentioned another 3 words, going into the break, a few words. I mean, going into the break, so there's more time. So really, if you extend this out, it's not a bad time. If you could pick a time that you're going to have this combination of schedule heading into the All-Star break, I think they can survive. But one more guy we got to mention is J.D. Drew going to give us that month, the annual month? That would help if he could do that.
I'm skeptical, and you know how I like J.D. Drew. I think he's been put aside the $14 million a year. I think he's been a pretty good player here, but it doesn't look like he's going to recover from this. Tito's pushing for it now.
Let me tell you something. He hit the ball hard 4 times Sunday against Milwaukee and had only 1 hit to show for it. But he hit it hard. He's the guy who hit the ball off the rubber. He had 2 shots, 1 to center, 1 to right, that were on the nose, right at somebody. So he swung the bat very well. And if that's the way he swings the bat, the ball will fall for J.D. Drew. But look, it's a situation. Hey, it's not ideal, but I think they can survive this.